long car rides home. And you're just sitting there and you're thinking, and you get an idea and you can't let it go. So I'm going to talk through it. I am planning on starting a small pet supply shop. It will most likely be on Etsy, just for ease of starting and building a clientele, if you will. So I'm planning on doing like your apple sticks, your chews, your whimsies for hamsters, floral mixes for foraging, that sort of thing. I plan to do all butcher paper, craft paper packaging, and using a stapler to kind of like seal things, so that way there's no staples in it. It's all recyclable. It's safe if you wanted to give it to your small pets to chew on, play with, whatever. So I eventually want to start doing like flat pack build it yourself hides and little homes for your bunnies, your guinea pigs, your hamsters, what have you. So that way it's safe for them to chew on. It's very cost effective. And yeah. So this is the beginning of Barley and Rye Small Pet Supply. Let me tell you. Okay. So I was working on Barley and Rye Small Pet Supply. I sourced some items so that way I can start looking at pricing and how that's going to work, as well as how many different listings I'm going to have. I looked at packaging a little bit, but I think I'm going to stick with the butcher paper method that I talked about earlier. So that's kind of sorted out. And then I went down a rabbit hole. You know how some businesses, like small businesses, they'll put little like collectible thank you cards in their packages. So I went down a very deep rabbit hole. So I have gone through, and for bunnies, hamsters, mice, dagoos, gerbils, rats, did I say guinea pigs? I think I did. Dagoos, gerbils, rats. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So for bunnies, hamsters, mice, guinea pigs, rats, gerbils, dagoos, and chinchillas, and ferrets and hedgehogs. I have gone through and I have found all of the safe fruits, veggies, herbs, flowers, roots, and wood types, and leaves. I think leaves was one. So I found all of those. So there are 56 individual line items, and I have found all of them. I have all the information for what their benefits are, which pet they're safe to feed to, if there's a caution, what the caution would be. So I have all of that information. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make an illustration on one side of the card, and then the other side of the card will have all of the things that are safe for that pet, and then each category will have a different version. So like, let's say it's a bunny with a strawberry, and on the back of that one, it's all of the safe fruits for a bunny. And then let's say for guinea pigs, it's a guinea pig with, let's say, kale. And then you flip it over and it's all the veggies that are safe for a guinea pig. So there's more than 56 now. But the thing is, so ferrets are gonna have very plain cards, just because they are primarily carnivores. They straight up are carnivores. So they don't get the veggies and stuff. Hedgehogs are super, super limited. So I think they are just going to have the 6 or 7 different like versions, but the back information is all going to be the same, just because there's so little. But for all the others, there's so many. And then the plan is to do them in a 4x6 format. So I've got all of that listed and ready to go. So now I just need to start thinking about the illustrations. I have yet to decide if I'm going to source them or if I am going to attempt them myself. I think what I'm going to do is get some concept art down so that way I have something to give to someone when I do source it, because it's eventually going to need to be sourced. But I'm super excited. It's going to be so stinking cute. But as far as items that I've sourced, I have sourced a lot of the florals and herbs. So that way I'll have those, because regardless, I need more for the bunnies and the hamster. So regardless, I was going to have to buy those. And if it's in bulk, you know, if I don't sell anything, that's fine, because your girl needs it anyway. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. I'll have to wait and see. I guess what I could do for printing of the collectible cards is, I think once I have everything nailed down, I'm going to have one of all of them printed for me to keep for historical purposes, because your girl's crazy and is very sentimental when it comes to things like that. And then I'll probably print them off one at a time for as orders come in. So that way I'm not spending a crap ton of money for probably nearly 150 of these things. 150 is dramatic, maybe 125. Having 125 of them printed and then not getting any orders, you know? Like, I definitely, at the very least, want one of each for myself. And then I'm also thinking that I need to make up a kind of like a tracking checklist, so that way you know what you've collected and what you haven't. And then maybe there's like some kind of crazy off, like percent off or dollar amount off for if you collect all of them. Or like a free item, something like that. That'd be really cute. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I need to sit down and look at Etsy, honestly, and figure out, okay, how much does it cost per listing? What are my how many listings am I going to have? How much is this going to cost me? That sort of thing. Because when I've done Etsy stores before, I've basically just thrown them up and then whatever hits. But I want to do it a little more calculated this time. So I'm very excited about that. I do need to order more apple sticks, which is a side note, because I know I'm running low on those. I need to order a lot of stuff for the bunnies. So I have a cart worked up, but it's like $200 worth of supplies. Thank God I have a separate savings account for them. Otherwise, your girl would be in trouble. So I just wanted to check in, tell you guys about that. I'm super, super excited, and I hope you guys are too. So I'll let you know when it's up. We're checking in. So as I've told you, I am opening up my shop finally. I have been thinking about doing this for quite some time, and I'm finally opening my shop. I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time. I can literally look back in my personal notebook and I've been thinking about doing this since easily 2 or 3 months after getting Barley and Rye. So we're coming up on 9 months now, because it's May. Actually, no, probably 6 months now. But we've moved forward. I have opened up my Etsy shop. I have a branding kit, so that way I have a guideline for myself. I have put up some listings. Obviously, I have things listed on my Etsy shop. So I've got stuff coming in. I've got product. stock, if you will. And my thought process with this is I use this stuff for my own rabbits and my own pets. So buy a surplus and share it, if that makes sense. But I am now working on the legal side. I have already filed for an EIN. I have registered with my state. Once I have those received and I've gotten the letters and everything, then I can open up my own bank account. I'm now working on a personal website, so that way eventually I can migrate from the Etsy to my own shop. I have a domain name. I'm working on getting a more professional email instead of using my own. So that way I can set up a PayPal account, so that way my shop on my site can work on its own. And yeah, I'm super excited. So pretty much everything's getting delivered today. So I need to unbox it first off, and then I need to take product photos. So far, all I have is my rose petals, my dandelion roots, my apple sticks. Everything else is coming in. I have my butcher paper, because like I said, I'm going to be kind of like origami packaging it, and then using a paperless paper stapler to kind of seal everything, so that way it all holds. So yeah, and then I picked up a product light box, photo box thing from my best friend that had one that she's never used. She was like, you can just come get it. So I have that. So I've got what I need to actually take the photos. I just need the items. But otherwise, I'm super, super excited. This is the official announcement. Barley and Rye Small Pet Supply is open.